right, hello people watching this. This is 1, 2. We are doing circles today. There's only one sheet of notes. That's exciting. Circles. The first thing is the equation of a circle in standard form. I'm going to write it up here at the top so that you can refer back to it. It is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Okay? Just put that at the top of your paper. Okay?
That's the circle formula?
What? That's the formula for the equation of a circle. Now, we know that so this is the equation of a circle. Like we know that y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. That is the formula for a quadratic, right? Or like y equals mx plus b. That's the formula for a linear function, right? This is just the formula for the equation of a circle, right? In the same way that these are the formulas for other things, right? So what we need is we need to know what h is, we need to know what k is, and we need to know what r is. X and y stay in the equation just like x and y, kind of like y equals mx plus b. Those two things stay, you just have to solve for m and b, right? H and k are the center of the circle, okay? H and K are the center of the circle. R stands for the radius of the circle. And those are the only two things that you need to write the equation of a circle. Now, you have to be careful because in this, you have a minus here and you have a minus here. Okay? So that means if my center is at, let's say, -2, 3, and the radius is 5. Let's write out what that thing looks like. This is just an example. If my circle is centered at -2, 3, it will be x plus 2 because minus a negative is going to turn it to +2. In other words, when you put it into the equation, it turns the sign opposite, right? Plus y, then what? -3 squared equals 25 because we square the 5. Does that make sense? And that's it. That's all you have to do, right? Not too bad.
You don't have to solve?
It just says write the equation. So it's kind of like writing y equals mx plus b, right? Okay, the only two pieces of information you need are the center and the radius. And then you plop them into the equation, all right? So let's go down here. And it says standard form of the equation of a circle. This gives you the example. This guy has a center at 4, -3.
Yeah.
Can you see that? And the radius is how much? 5, okay? This guy has a center at,
0.
He doesn't have anything with the x squared, so that is 0, comma,
Positive 1/2.
+1/2, right? And what's the radius?
2 square roots of 3.
The square root of 12, whatever that comes out to be, which is 2 square roots of 3, right? Okay? So this center comes from this number right here, which there isn't one, and this number right here. It's +1/2, and then this guy's 0, 1/2. Then I take the square root of this guy, right? Let's do this one. This one's center is at 0, 0, because he doesn't have an extra piece. And the radius is the square root of 7. You see how this works? Okay? You just look at these two pieces, and that tells you where the center is. The square root of this guy tells you the radius. Okay? Am I going too fast?
Nope, keep going.
No? Are we doing okay? Okay, let's go to do something else. Okay. Write the standard form of the equation of the circle with a center at -4, 6. Center is -4, 6. And the radius is 2. All right, they want me to write it, and then they want me to graph it. So I have x, and I have y. So -4 becomes +4. The 6 stays -6, or becomes -6, and the radius is 2, so 4. And that's the equation of the circle. So that's part A, and then they want us to graph it.
No.
Graph the circle. So start at -4, 6. That's my center. Ooh, I did not give you very much room. I'm sorry. And the radius is 2. How do you do that?
You go 2 points outside.
2. And 2. And 2. And 2. And then I'm going to do this.
Because you can cheat.
Because I get to cheat. Oh, what?
Looks like your cheating method didn't work too hard.
There we go.
No.
There we go. Ha!
That's not.
I win! There's my circle. Centered at -4, 6 with a radius of 2. Got it? You still didn't find it?
Arms is room.
the library, everywhere where I could have been. I think someone stole it.
Because
Why
they
would
wanted
someone
a
steal
Trig
it?
textbook
I
so
know.
bad.
I'm living on.
I would not take a trick textbook.
Look at Phil's locker.
Sir.
I did. He has a black math book, and I'm guessing he probably took the math book that I had home.
Ask him.
Oh, maybe.
Do that.
Maybe. I don't know. Okay.
You should-
All right. So example 1 done. Boop. Okay.
Name your textbook. Hey, textbook. Fred.
All right. This one goes along with 72. Do you remember the 72 that we just did on the homework assignment? It says the endpoints of the diameter are at -1, 0. Let's plot that point. And at 3, 4. Okay. And so I have a circle that's doing something like this. And let's make him look nicer. There we go. Okay. There he is. The endpoints of my diameter are -1, 0 and 3, 4. Okay. What 2 pieces of information do you need to write the equation?
Center.
Center. Do we know the center?
No.
No. Do we know the radius?
Yes.
No. We don't know either one of those. Okay. If I'm trying to find the center, how do I find the center?
The midpoint.
Are we sure that they're across
We're finding
from
the
the circle
midpoint.
from each other?
Yes. Yes. Because it says the endpoints of the diameter, and the diameter goes all the way
Oh,
across.
sorry.
Yes. Good question. Yeah.
Sorry.
Reese just said, do we know that they are directly across from each other? We do.
Sorry.
Because they are the diameter. So that would prevent me from, like, she's picturing a circle that looks like this. Like that, right? Like, are they directly across from each other? Like a bigger circle, you know, that has like those 2 points, so this would be like a chord there. No, this is the diameter of the circle, so they're directly across from each other. Okay? They would have to do it that way. Okay? Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to do it. All right, so we need to find the center of the circle. It looks to me like the center is at 1, 2, but let's see how do we find that?
Good question. Where'd my trig folder go?
How do you find the center? You find the midpoint, and finding the midpoint is like finding the average. So I average -1 and 3 is like -1 plus 3 divided by 2. Okay, then I average the y's, 0 and 4. 0 plus 4 divided by 2. You're averaging them, right?
So the second one's 2.
Okay, -1 plus 3 is 2 divided by 2, which is 1. 0 plus 4 is 4 divided by 2, which is 2. 1, 2. Hey, that's right. Center is 1, 2. Okay? Now, when we find the radius, we have options. Do you want to find the distance all the way across and divide by 2, or do you want to find the distance from like here to here?
There to there. Yeah.
Or find the distance from here to here?
No, the first one.
You want to do the first one?
Oh,
No,
Find this
the
distance?
second one.
Find like the second one, this one, right here?
Oh,
Okay? Because if we do that, then we won't have to divide by 2. You guys see what our options are? We want to know the radius, and the radius is only half. So I can either take this distance and divide by 2, or find this distance or this distance, right? Doesn't matter. I have 3 options. Okay? All right, so let's find the green one. That's the one that they picked. So we have to do the distance formula.
Jojo. Should be the square root of 8.
Okay? All right, now,
I just minus 1.
what's the distance from 1 to 3?
2.
2. What's the distance from 2 to 4? 2. 2 squared is 4. 2 squared is 4, and the square root of 8. And you're not going to calculate it as a decimal, because I'm going to show you why here in a second. We're just going to call the radius the square root of 8. Got it? Those are the 2 pieces of information that we need. All right, now, here's my equation of my circle. Oh, equals blank. Okay, x minus 1, y minus 2 squared equals. In this spot, we put the radius squared. What is the square root of 8 squared? Just 8, right? Now, what's going to happen is if you put that as a decimal and then you square that, you're probably going to get like 7.99 or something because you rounded it, right? So just leave it as the square root of 8, and when you square it, the square root goes away. Got it?
Actually, this equals 8.
Well, if you use the full decimal number, yeah. But if you like retype it, then you're going to end up with 7.99 or something like that. Questions about that?
I got 8 when I did that.
You did? Well, that's because you used the full decimal. So whatever. If you wrote it out and then retyped it and squared it, you won't get the correct answer because you will have rounded it. Okay?
Thank you.
Questions about that? Let's go to the back side.
I didn't have the
Ugh.
Take yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, really. I think we're good.
Okay. Okay.
Save this for tomorrow.
Nah. All right, are you ready?
Do we have the homework assignment for this?
Yeah, it's right there. 12, 26, 27,
Okay, this is gonna be the hardest one, I think. Maybe.
Oh, it's at the top.
Because it's Monday.
All right, are you ready for this one? This one's the hardest one, the hardest problem on the whole dang page. You ready? Okay, we've got some pieces. We've got the X's and the Y's, and then we have the number 25 and all that good stuff. Okay? So what I'm gonna do is we're going to do the completing the square process twice. Okay? Follow along. It's gonna be okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Okay? We're gonna have X land over here. Then we're gonna have Y land over here. Then we're gonna have number land over here. Okay? These are the X's, these are the Y's, these are the numbers. Okay? In number land, the only number that we have is
Negative 25.
negative 25 because we're booting them to the other side. That's in number land. Got it? In X land, we have X squared plus 10X plus blank. That's in X land. Do you see that? X squared, 10X. Got it? In Y land, what lives in Y land?
The Y's.
Y squared minus 6Y plus blank. Okay? Good?
Hang on.
Confusion?
Negative
Nah.
25. Yeah, that X times squared.
Okay,
Is this like two?
Plus 10.
this is too complete.
What if they?
Pay attention, Eli.
What if they don't give you like a?
Nah. What?
What if they don't give you like a? Let's say -6y and they give you a number. Wait, no, you'd have to put it on the.
Yeah.
First one.
Yeah.
16 and 9.
All right, here we go.
Would you have to 25?
Isn't that right?
Huh?
25. What if they didn't give you -6y at all?
Then it's 0. Then you just leave it Y squared. You don't have to complete the square with the second one. We'll go over that here in a second. Okay? Here we go. All right. So what I want to have happen, we're just focusing on the X's. Are you doing okay so far? Just focusing on the X's.
No.
I want to be able to write this as, let me go down further.
No.
I want to break this down into two pieces so that I can write it like this squared, right?
25
Okay.
then.
So I want to multiply to get this number. Well, when I add them, give me this number. What two numbers add to give you 10 that are the same?
5.
Like I understand that 2 and 8, right, will give me 10 when I add them. But I want them to be the same number. 5, right? Positive 5 and positive 5. So this is X plus 5 and X plus 5. So that makes it X plus 5 squared. Got it? Okay?
Minus
Now what goes in this bubble right here?
25.
25. Now here's the deal though. If we're adding 25 onto the left side of the equal sign, we've got to also add 25 here. You see that? Yeah? Okay, now let's go to Y land. Blip, blip, blip,
Minus
blip.
3.
Y. And Y. I want to multiply to get this number. Well, when I add them, give me this number.
A negative.
Negative 3, right? Negative 3, so I can write that as Y minus 3 squared. Then what goes in the bubble? 9. But if I add 9 to that side, I've got to add 9 over here as well, right? Okay, are you doing okay so far? Yeah? We completed the square twice. Got it?
So X plus 5
Then I
squared
have
plus
this
Y
jump
minus 3
plus
squared equals
this jump
9.
equals number over there, right? This is my equation. This guy plus this guy equals, and you guys just said 9,
Split
right?
them up and set them both equal.
That's my equation of my circle. I just completed the square twice. Now let's do the center and the radius. What's the center? Negative 5 comma 3, right? The 5 turns to negative, the 3 turns to positive. Okay, and the radius is? The radius is how much?
I'm sorry. I'm so sick.
The square root of 9, right? Which is 3. That's my radius. Okay, now we have to graph it? No, we don't have to graph it. Identify the center and radius. Done. Write the equation.
That's a mess.
Center and radius. Okay? It just completed the square twice. You see how that works?
Yeah.
That wasn't that bad. Like it came out nice numbers, so you knew it was like whatever, right?
No.
Okay, good?
Oh, that's
All right, next. Example 4. Write the equation in the form of this, like what we just did, right? And identify the solution set. Okay, here we go. Woo!
yeah.
All right,
So we do the same thing again?
we're gonna do the same thing again.
Oh my
Now,
God.
this is gonna be like Carter. This is exactly what you were just asking, okay? All right, we gotta do X land over here. Plus, we've got Y land over here. Equals. We've got number land over here. X land, Y land, number land. Okay, what goes in number land?
Negative 49.
-49. I'm booting him over. Okay, what goes in X land?
X squared.
X squared. What goes in Y land?
Y squared.
Y squared minus 14y plus blank. Guess what? Because X squared is the only thing in X land, we don't have to do completing the square with him because his coordinate for the center is going to be 0. This is 0 comma something, right? Okay, so we don't have to do X, right? He's done. Ha, that's nice. Okay. All right, we want to write in the Y land. We want to write him as he's going to multiply to give me this number. Well, when I add them, give me this number.
7.
Okay, and he's going to be Y what?
Negative.
-7. -7, and then this is Y minus 7 squared, right?
Oh, it's with 0.
Okay, and then I've got
49.
plus 49. You guys see why there's 49 over here? Okay, plus 49 over here.
Equals 0.
Ah, ah.
Plus X squared.
Okay, and then we've got X squared plus Y minus 7 squared equals 0. Let's find the center and the radius.
0, 7.
The center is at 0, 7. Reese just said. You see why it's 0, 7. What's the radius?
0.
The square root of this, which is 0, right?
Is it just a dot?
So what's that mean? Write the equation and identify the solution set.
There is no
Found a
solution.
singular.
There's no solution. This is not, there's like no numbers that you can plug in to have that work because it's like,
It's a dot.
I don't, but yeah, kind of, it's a dot, I guess. Yeah,
I guess the dot
He has no-
circular.
I mean, sure, but like he has no width, right? So, no solutions. Let me see what they put. Hold on. Let me see what they put before that. Did they put no solutions? Let's go. Let's go with that.
It says
Did they put no
identify,
solutions?
Look how colorful he is.
determine if an equation represents a graph.
Oh.
I wrote down there. Oh boy.
They just said 0 and 7 are the solutions.
Okay, so just
Too bad we
So-
have
So
no.
it's-
Are we
so
finding
it's-
solutions?
Whatever.
the
I mean,
dot.
like he doesn't have a circle though, so like I get it. X equals 0, X equals 7 are the only, Y equals 7, Y equals 7. Okay? Those are the only two numbers that you can plug in because he has no width, right? He's like not expanding out. He's just like that one dot. What?
Okay.
What'd you say?
Yeah, I need the thingy back.
42. Yes.
Sad day.
Yep. Okay, happy with that? Do you see how that works? Okay. Completing the square. That's how that works. All right. Goodbye, people watching the video.